Alright, we're going to be doing the interpenetration and development of this drawing over here. They've given us a hexagonal prism and a square branch pipe going into it. What we're going to do now is just to develop this, or to find the curve of interpenetration first. But before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a small little auxiliary view out here of that square. So I'm just going to take that out over there, and what I'll do now is I'll just take a line coming out from here first of all, line from the bottom over there as well, line from over there, and start out by drawing a auxiliary view square over here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Just drawing it in color. These are construction lines that I'm drawing, so if you are drawing this thing out, just draw it lightly. It's an auxiliary view, not part of the main story. Right, okay. Once I've done that, step number one is to go and label this. I'm going to draw number 1 over there, number 2, number 3, number 4 over there, and I'm going to then draw in a line coming down from the 2 and the 4, coming right down into this story over here. I'm then going to place those numbers over here. So I've got a number 1 over there, I've got a number 4 and a number 2 at that point, and I've got a number 3 over there. Right. I need to transfer those numbers down into this, and obviously the little bird looking down onto this thing, he's going to see that number 1, and that would be right over there at the top over there. Number 3 is down at the bottom over there, and then we need to decide as to which one of those corners is a 4 or a 2. The way that we determine that, if I had an XY axis over here, number 2 is furthest from the XY axis, so when I come over here, number 2, if I had an XY axis, would be furthest from the XY axis, and number 4 would be closest to my XY axis. Right, let's take this across. I have got a number 4 over there, I've got a number 2 over there, and I need to determine which one of these is going to be a 3 and which one's going to be a number 1. Number 1 over here is furthest from the XY axis, therefore number 1 will be furthest from the XY axis, and number 3 will be closest to the XY axis. You can see if I had an XY axis over here, number 3 would be closest to that. Right, once I've got that in place, I then need to determine as to where these lines intersect over here. I'm going to go 4 going to 4 dash over there, okay, and you can see that 4 dash is going to be all the way touching that hidden detail line over there. Now, I'm going to draw it in so you can see it. I've got a hidden detail line going all the way across, all the way up to number 4 over there, okay, so 4 dash is over there, and you can see if I'm standing over here, that line is at the back, therefore it is all hidden detail. Right, but I also have number 2 going to 2 dash over here, and that is going to go up over there and touch that same line coming out. So I'm going to have a solid line coming down which covers over that little bit of hidden detail, and I've got 2 dash over there. Right, so I've got 4 dash, I've got 2 dash, 4 dash and 2 dash over there. Number 1 is going to be coming down over here. All right, line coming in there, and it is going to connect over there. And because it's going behind this corner over here, this is actually going to be hidden detail going up here. So hidden detail over there and there, and that would be 1 dash over there, and I can call that 1 dash over there. Right, number 3. Number 3 is coming down, and it also is going to intersect on that line, coming down over here, intersecting over there, and this little piece of line is also going to be hidden detail, just a little bit of hidden detail over there, and that would be 3 dash over there. Right, the next thing that we need to do is to determine these 2 corners. You can see there's a corner over there and there's a corner over there. I'm going to deal with this one first. This I'm going to call number A and B corner. All right, there's a corner at the top and a corner at the bottom that is breaking through these surfaces. You'll see that over here. I'm going to take that across over here, and I'm going to call this point over here A, and this point over here B, okay? A is breaking the 2, 3 line over here, and I'm going to take that distance from 2 going towards 3, okay, that distance from 2 going towards 3 as A. I come over here, 2 going towards 3, and I place that down there, and I label that A. All right. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to take a line coming down from that A point. Let's just use a different color so you can see it. From A coming down over here, and that is going to link up with A coming up from here. So that point over there, we can call that A. All right. B, we're going to take this distance from 2 going towards 1 as B, 2 going towards 1 over there as B. Let's label that B over there. There's B. And I take that into this drawing over here, going down over here, and that touches this corner over here. Okay, and that corner is going to be called B. Right. Okay, once we've got that, the next thing to do is to find this next corner over here. Let's call that C and D. All right. And I'm going to take that across into this auxiliary view over here. And I'm going to label that C there and D there. Right. Once I've got that, I take this measurement from 4 going towards C in the direction of 3, 4 going towards C in the direction of 3. I label that point C over there, and I'm going to take that into the view over here. C coming down, 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 and I need to take a line coming up from C. Let's take it all the way up there, and that point over there is going to be my C over there. D, same story. I'm going to take this distance from 4 going towards D, 4 going towards D in the direction of 1, 4 going towards D in the direction of 1. Label that point over there, D. You're going to take that down into this view over here. Let's just use that green. There we go, coming down, and there we have D over there. Right, so you can now see that I have a hidden detail line which hasn't been drawn in for you. There's a hidden detail line coming all the way up over here. All the way up there. All right, and that is that corner that I have C and D on. Right, the next thing is to take a look and see how this all fits together. I have got 2, which is going to go towards A, 2, which is going to go towards A. A is then going to go towards 3. Where is 3? Well, we said that 3 is coming across over here. There is 3 over there. It then goes from 3, it goes to C. From C, it goes to 4. From 4, it goes to D. From D, it goes to 1. From 1, it goes to B. From B, it goes to 2, and back again to A, etc., etc. So let's have a look at that. From 2, I've got 2 over there. 2 is going to go to A. Let's take a line going towards A, and we will definitely be able to see that. That's on our side of things. Right. From A, it is going to go to 3. Now 3 is hidden detail because it's on the other side of this thing. So A to 3, I'm going to have hidden detail over there. From 3, it is going to go to C. Now C is going to be at that point over there, and I now need to draw a line going as hidden detail going up to where that C is. There it is. Okay, and that's on the other side of this thing. C then goes to 4. Okay, so C goes to 4. Where's my number 4? There's my number 4 over here. C going to 4 over there. Right. 4 then goes to D. You can see my D over there. 4 going to D. Also all in hidden detail. There's a lot of hidden detail on this. Okay. D then goes to 1. I have got 1 over there. That's all hidden detail because it's all on the other side. Okay, 1 then goes to B, 1 then goes to B, and that is going to be also hidden detail over here. Hidden detail going to B. B then goes to 2, okay? And that is obviously going to be on our side of things, so that will be a dark line that we'll be able to see going from there to there. Right, there is the curve of interpenetration, and I can now get on and do the development of this drawing. Right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a nice line coming up there, and I start out and I say, well, how many sides does this have? It has 4 sides, and I'm not going to risk measuring and then making mistakes with my measurement. So I'm going to just draw in a line coming down over here, just a construction line coming down over here, and I'm going to mark off 4 equal spaces on that. Just any radius on your pair of compasses. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal spaces, okay? I then say 50 multiplied by 4, okay, is 200. So I'm now going to measure off 200 very quickly. Let's just get that out there. Oh geez, this is not going to work very nicely with this pair of compasses. Short. 200, there we go, that's that distance over there. And I'll come over here and I measure that off on that line. Nice little mark over there. I then take my 2 set squares sliding together, and we can now slide that back in order to get the marks that I need. Let's get myself into a position where I can actually see what I'm doing. Line coming up there, okay. Slidey, slidey, slide. Little mark over there. Right, just going to get this into a slightly better position to get these lines going so that I don't run out of space here. Get that lined up on that line over there. Didn't really do that very well. There we go. Slidey, slidey, slide. Take that to the next point. Make a little mark there. Slidey, slidey, slide. Make a little mark over there. And I can now take some lines out from those corners. Let's take those out. Just taking some construction lines coming out from there, from there, from there, from there, and from there. Right, now we are always going to look for the smallest welding side to go with, so I'm going to come in over here, and these distances over here are going to be true lengths. These lines over here, you can see that they are parallel to, if I had an XY axis over here, they'd be parallel. Therefore, anything on the other side is going to be a true length. I've got a true length of 1 over there. 1 going to 1 dash. I'm going to be able to label these points over here. There is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, going back to number 1 over there. 1 needs to go out to 1 dash over there. So I've got a 1 dash over there and a 1 dash on this side as well. 1 dash over there. The next one is number 2 coming down to 2 dash. 2 coming down to 2 dash, and I can place that over there. Place 2 dash over there. 3 coming down to 3 dash over here. 3 coming down to 3 dash over here. There we go. There's 3 dash. 4 going from there all the way out to there. There is 4 dash over there. Find 4 going out to 4 dash over there. Label that 4 dash. Okay. Right. Once I've got that, the thing that I often see you guys do is you go, okay, well, I've got those, and I'll just draw lines going from 1 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 1, etc., etc., except that you forgot to put in these A's and B's and all of that good stuff. So what we need to do is we need to find out where these A's and B's and C's and D's are. I'm going to come in over here, and I'm going to say the true length distance from D and from C. You can see that those are 2 the same length, okay? I go to 4 over here, and I make a little mark over there, and I make a little mark over there, okay? And you can see that I've got D in the direction of 1, so D will be somewhere along the line that comes over here, and C will be somewhere a little line that's going to come out over there. Let's draw those two lines. I'm going to draw a line coming from D coming out, and a line from C coming out. Okay, you can see this edge over here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the dashes over here, so here's my edge over here with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can now take this distance from that edge going out to where D is. That is a true length distance from the edge to where D is, true length distance from D to where that D is going to be placed over here. Let's put a nice big D over there. C, true length distance from that edge going to where C is over here. True length distance from the edge to where C is over there. There we go, there is C. Right, the next two that I need to find are these distances from 2 going to where B and A are. All right, B and A, let's just get that in place. B and A, right. Go to where 2 is over here, and you're going to measure off a little distance on that side and that side. Right, 2 going towards 1 has got B on it, okay? And 2 going towards 3 has got the A on it. So I'm going to draw a line coming out from B, the A over there, and from the B over there. I now take the true length distance from the edge to where A is. Find A over here, pop that down, and I can label that A over there. And the true length distance from the edge to where B is, that is over there. Take that to where B is, label that as B over there. And I can now go. I have got a line that is going to go from 1 to B, from B to 2, P to 2 dash over there, 2 dash to where A is over there. A then goes to 3 dash over there, 3 dash. 3 dash goes to C. C then goes to where 4 dash is. 4 dash goes to where D is. D then goes to where 1 dash is. And we can then finish this thing off by drawing some lines over there from 1 to 1 dash, a line that goes from 4 to 4 dash, a line that goes from 3 to 3 dash, a line that goes from 2 to 2 dash, a line that goes from 1 to 1 dash, and a line that is going to be the base of this thing coming all the way down here. And there we go, you have got your development drawing. Sometimes they want you to label that, development of branch pipe or things like that. I'll just do that quickly. P-E-L-O-P-M-E-N-T of branch pipe. Let's just do another 2 lines there. Branch B R A N C H pipe P I P E. Right, there we go. That's that development done.